Welcome to the Sci-Fi Center, the place to be, where comic books and wrestling collide magically. Movies, TV shows, and pop culture we share. Get ready to rock, we're here to take you there. From superheroes to aliens in outer space, we've got the latest news and reviews in our embrace. Turn on your screen, let the neon lights glow. We'll take you back to the 80s. Let's rock and roll. Sci-Fi Center, where the legends come alive. Get ready to geek out, let your imagination fly. We're diving into the past with a touch of modern flair. Sci-Fi Center, the ultimate pop culture lair.
Hello and happy Tuesday. Welcome to the Sci-Fi Center Presents, a Tuesday semi-overnighter. Different between any of the other shows, the Midnight Express or the Saturday show is this is a weekday show that pretty much has some topics, whereas the other ones are basic Q&A sometimes. Midnight Expresses are supposed to last an hour, but I usually fail at that mission. Hello, Brad. How are you doing?
Hey, everybody.
Hello to the chat. Let's go ahead and say hi to the chat, and then we'll go ahead and hit our topics and non-topics.
Well, I'm sure some of it will relate to something that happened to me on Twitter today. Vince actually also
Happy birthday,
man. Happy 40th, my man.
It's a
How's it
milestone.
going, Maria? And how's it going, Ruth? Yeah, Vince says, when I shopped for earbuds a couple years ago, I debated earpods versus Beats Pro Max, and I ended up going with Beats. Can't remember why. They're still going strong, but 180 was on sale. Yeah.
Oh, I can't think he was talking. Rings of Power does not need to be on my thumb. Why would that be on my thumbnail, right? Oh, why? I don't. Did I miss something? What happened?
How's it going, Rational?
Hello, Rational.
Thank you for typing us "What's up" and not the other way that they annoy me with. Let's see.
Also, if you would like to donate to the show, the Streamlabs link is tied to the top of the chat. It goes into equipment, it goes into programming, it goes into just making the show overall better, and it also helps with me with my caffeine public safety fund. By that, I mean without my caffeine, the public is not safe. So there you go. Streamlabs.com/Sci-Fi Center/10. And you can leave a question, I'll answer it.
And of course, like and sub, guys. Please do.
Yes, we are slowly on an infinite crawl to 500. I don't know if we'll ever get there, but hey, one day at a time.
Right now, we're at 436 right now.
Yeah.
Baby steps. We're getting there. Vince, I'm jealous. I'm saving my cheat day for either pizza, Indian food, or Chinese food. When am I fitness goal first and reward myself? Yeah, that's always smart. I usually try to do the same.
Yeah, they're all cheap.
How's it going, Dort night? Yeah. Oh, you mean like for Sister Kim's? Yeah, that's very good advice.
Yeah, I think I have a cheat weekend, but they're not open on Sundays.
No, how good of them.
Okay. By the way, Brad just topped on something. I was going to do it tonight. The ban list is coming back, people. The ban list is coming back. Got to get the nonsense under control. Got to save the show from its own devices. So I will be making a very special presentation of what will be going on the ban list, thumbnails and everything. You already know some of the shit that's going to be on there. Venom is banned. Bane is banned. You already know why. Two most useless, overused characters in the last 30 years. What else is banned? DC animation from the 90s banned. Marvel animation from the 90s band. The same stuff that was on there before, but I'm going to add some stuff to it. And I'm going to enforce the ban list. Because look what's happened to us. Look what's happened to us. All right? Can't upgrade the show and still have Arnold Horseshack, for those of you who watch Welcome Back Carter, still cutting up the class. We got to bring some order to things here. So the ban list will make its triumphant return tomorrow night.
Okay.
So enjoy tonight. Enjoy tonight.
Get it out of your system tonight, I guess.
Get it out of your system now, because I'll get it out of your system for you tomorrow night. Next.
No Lord of the Rings fans here. I think Vince said he was, but I don't know if I misremember that. Yeah, I could tell you either.
Yeah, I'm not a Tolkien fan whatsoever.
Yeah, it's
hello, Meat Night, Meat Witch. Sorry.
Yeah. I love the Hobbit movies. Never fully watched Lord of the Rings, even though I own them. Okay.
It's like 9 hours of movie watching. You have fun with that, Vince.
And that's not even the extended cuts of them.
Yeah, I would. Yeah.
40 is the new 20. Get your shit together, and you can enjoy life doing what you couldn't afford to do in your 20s. All right.
Or be broke in your 40s too. Hey, have it both ways. I'm just kidding. Kidding.
So Chris Pratt as Booster Gold, am I right? Yeah.
I see when I'm scrolling on my information from whatever media site I'm using, my mind automatically tunes out Booster Gold, so it may have happened. I just didn't see it. That's on the ban list too. And Blue Beetle.
Booster Gold?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like I said, guys, as a comic book guy, I knew when two things. It was time to stop collecting Justice League, or the book was about to get canceled whenever I saw those two clownish characters making their way to the pages.
Did I hear correctly? The Cryptos. Well, I think that's already been known for quite a while.
That was known for quite a while, yeah.
That's been known for at least a year.
Yeah. Yeah, he said that in like the first day, but yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, how's it going, Aaron?
How are you doing, Ozzy?
How's it going, Droga? How's it going? Also, Ozzy. Let's see. Aaron also wants Vince happy birthday. The ban list is literally all we talk about.
Yeah,
probably true.
Yeah.
Rules are made to be broken, right?
We're gonna get hand fisted here, because it's like I said.
So I hope I'm not banned. No.
Yes.
Blue Blood and Honey is never good. Really?
Yeah, the Blue Blood and Honey, yeah, but not the hacked account that poses as him.
Okay. Yes, I did see this, Aaron. I'm looking forward to it. There's going to be as a Roadhouse 2 in the works, because they did Gangbusters on Amazon apparently.
Yeah, and then I was watching Campia and Myra. By the way, I respect both of those. I've had Robert Byron Burnett on our show. They're still doing that dinosaur shit again. Well, they made an awful mistake by not putting it in the theaters, and it would have made more money for them if it had been in the theaters. And I'm like, guys, that wasn't their mission. And it's not going to be their mission this time around. And they're like, I wonder if it's going to be in the theater this time. And then they looked at each other like, no, it's not, because there's no purpose for Amazon to put it in.
It's kind of irrelevant to me as far as like, as far as Amazon greenlighting Roadhouse 2. I mean, it's like, they either just operating on different metrics of success. So, whether or not what it would have done theatrically, that's not really applicable to this, as far as their decision making and greenlighting Roadhouse 2.
Yeah, they don't. And when they say, well, they don't need money, and then Robert's like, well, everybody needs money. I'm like, yeah, but they're getting their money from somewhere else. This is just not. You can't change what somebody's mission is all the time. So, but yeah, Roadhouse 2 getting that's cool. Like I said, enjoyed the first one. I'm pretty sure Conor McGregor will make his way into that one. Obviously, since we know he's alive. Spoiler alert. Sorry, it's been out long enough.
Oh yeah. The way that ended, he survived like 8 stab wounds to the torso.
Yeah, I don't know how, but that was more some Michael Myers stuff.
Yeah, you gotta let some stuff slide in action movies with people surviving.
And it
stuff.
was fun.
Mark Strong. So, yeah, I saw this news. He's going to be in the Penguin series. So he's now, as far as like his DC movie roles, he's been Sinestro, he's been Savannah, and now he's whoever he's playing in the Penguin series. So he's pretty closely associated with the DC, in multiple iterations now. Mark Strong.
Got that pipeline for work. Cool.
You really wouldn't kick his favorite old bear on the ban list, surely.
You'd be surprised.
Yeah, Venom, tonight's the night, okay? If you want to... Tonight, my man. He's using a cine lens for streaming a bit overkill, probably, but at least it looks good next to the panel. Okay.
Oh,
Like what you were saying there, man.
That's beyond my pay grade.
William Emmanuel Kenny Pooniverse. No, I think they've already they're already full steam ahead on the screwed up fairy tale.
We're getting that one.
Yeah,
twisted
Mark
child.
Strong's great. Yeah, he is. Mark Strong's great. I like. I mean, say what you will about the Green Lantern movie, he was actually pretty awesome as Sinestro, I thought.
He's unrecognizable as Sinestro. So.
Well, yeah, but I mean, it's like anybody would be.
That's the whole
The
point,
makeup we got to put on. I'm guessing he'll be Victor Zsasz. Yeah, maybe. I did like him a lot as the Savannah in the Shazam movies, and of course, I'd like to see him one more time. Savannah wrap that whole story up.
Yeah, I don't. I would like to see Savannah again, and maybe in the Kingdom Come if he's working with Mr. Mind, but I don't need another. I didn't need the second Shazam movie. To be honest with you. But the first one was good, but like I said, it's the biggest problem is the fact that because you had no plan when you put it out, it just didn't go anywhere and didn't make any money. No, I don't have a pet cat. I don't have any pets at all right now. I will.
I'm allergic as hell to cats, so of course I don't have one. I have a dog. You guys are all very well aware. It's of course. Our burn will break the ban list. I mean, yeah, tonight's the night, guys. This is your last chance to really get it all out.
You can, and like I said, there will be consequences.
Mark Strong has a doppelganger singer Alexander Wesselskay of German metal band Eisenbrecher. Strong has a German background as well. Okay, wasn't aware of that. Dan Brad. Oh, come on. Ban me. It's like, who are you guys to torture with scary movie bullshit? Come on. Who are you floobs going to torture without me? He's also, yeah, he was a great. He's also really great in Sherlock Holmes. I mean, he's the villain in the first Sherlock Holmes. I think that was the first thing I ever saw him in. And he's what else has he done? He's in the Kingsman movies. I enjoyed him in that. Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing it. And also, if you weren't aware, who was it? Who was Lombard in Man of Steel again? Why is his name escaping me? Because that dude's also going to be in the Penguin series. Yeah, he was in Dawn of the Dead. Yeah, why is his name escaping me for some reason? Michael Kelly. And I've always kind of said I think DC, they tend to be bigger on legacy casting than Marvel is, in terms of like bringing people back in different roles. I think you see that more with DC than Marvel. That's it. Marvel will never do it, but it's just more. It seems to be more of a DC thing. The dog is the brains of the Brad organization. No, man. I'm the brains. He's the brawn.
Damn.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, I did like him a lot. Shazam. Please, there's a band service possibly find in your heart that we can team up and yeah.
The world is going to be such a silent place once we ban these.
Yeah. You merely embrace the dark.
Anyway.
Okay. Well, actually, on that note, we got. You want to go ahead and start with our topics because this is a topic.
Yeah.
Our Nicolas Cage starring Spiderman Noir live action series MGM plus Amazon Prime Video. And if you guys had a look at my Twitter today, I decided to get a little cheeky with this.
All right, Nicolas Cage, starring Spider-Man Noir.
And of course, Spider-Man Noir in Into the Spider-Verse and Across the Spider-Verse. So this is an offshoot of that. And it's going to be live action. So, and it'll be on Amazon.
All right, Nicolas Cage will once again play Spider-Man Noir. All right, Cage is set to star in a live-action show, Noir, which will be ordered. Which has been ordered to series by MGM Plus and Amazon Prime Video. The series will debut domestically on MGM Plus's linear channel, followed by a global launch on Prime Video. Variety exclusively reported that the series was in development in February 2023. though Cage was not attached at the time. The announcement was made ahead of Amazon's upfront presentation to investors in New York on Tuesday. Expanding the Marvel Universe with Noir is I'm tired. A special opportunity that we are honored to bring to this series and our global Prime video customers, said Vernon Sanders, head of television for Amazon MGM Studios. The extremely talented Nicolas Cage is an ideal choice for our new superhero and the accomplished producing team. And this is where it really has me, Phil Lord and Christopher Miller. So the Amy Pascal part I can forgive as long as those two are involved. And the incredible team of Sony is dedicated to expanding the franchise in the most authentic way. Cage previously played Spiderman Noir in the Academy Award-winning animated film. It should have had two. Spider-Man into the Spider-Verse. This will be the first time the character has been portrayed in a live action product. Per the official logline, Noir will tell the story of an aging and down on his luck private investigator, Cage, in the 1930s New York, who is forced to grapple with his past as the city's one and only superhero. The show hails from Oren Uzel, I hope I pronounced that right, and Steve Lightfoot, who will serve as the co-showrunners and executive producers. They've developed the series with the Into the Spider-Verse theme of Phil Lord, Christopher Miller. That's, once again, every time you hear those names, you know you're getting a strong product. And Amy Pascal, there's that. All of whom will executive produce, hopefully the former more than the latter. Harry Bradbeer will executive produce and direct the first two episodes. So a lot of this is just the resume of Nick Cage. So I like the character. I never thought I would see him take off as like that in Spider-Punk. So I'm happy there. Nicolas Cage is not an actor who I gravitate towards, although he is on that level as Academy Award winner for Leaving Las Vegas. So I'm happy about this project. Like I said, I want more Spider-Man that's not necessarily tied to the MCU, but I still want my MCU Spider-Man with Tom Holland. Now that I've endured all the kid shit that they gave us from Homecoming on all the Spider-Man Jr. and the Avengers lapdog stuff. So now that I finally got a Spider-Man that I can relate and watch, I really want to see that one. But I also want to see Sony, Amazon, MGM go off in their own direction and do their thing. And it's in the capable hands of those two. I can't wait. I'm happy to hear about this happening, and I hope I hear more and more diverse.
So how many superhero roles does Nick Cage had? Because he was Ghost Rider was his first one, and then he had the Superman cameo in The Flash, and now he was Spider-Man Noir before this. Now he's continuous, so he's had at least three.
Three if you include Noir would be twice. But he's still basically maintaining the character, and so like I said, happy for that. That's really all I have to say about it. I could go in a whole bunch of different directions, but like I said, I'm not here to feed anti-Snyder trolls. I don't even know why you're watching, to be honest with you. I am not in here to go into Twitter wars with anybody, especially those guys. I know the point has been brought up about third parties getting involved with IPs and all that
today.
But I have no desire to interact with anybody on it. Like I said, trying to explain business transactions to people, especially fans who don't seem to comprehend it or don't want to comprehend it, is like trying to explain the theory of relativity to a gopher. And it's just not worth my time. You're not changing my mind. I'm not changing yours. So that aspect that has been explored other platforms today, I just have no desire to do it. I'm happy that Nick Cage has got this role. I'm happy we're getting another dimension of Spider-Man, and that's where I'm leaving it personally. So,
yeah, well, to give a little context to Williams, if you guys may have seen on Twitter today, I took the opportunity with this news. I took the opportunity to I got a little cheeky with it. I had a little fun with it and said, oh, so studios can license their IP to third parties and then kind of do their own independent projects with it while the original IP holder concurrently does their own projects with it. And I use the Flash gif of who's going to say it, I'm not going to say it. You guys can pretty much read into what I'm alluding to there. And that got one hell of a response, to say the least. A lot of it from people who are, and see, this is the thing I can't even get my head around. It's not even so much, and I don't think I think this has been the case really since the whole sell the Netflix thing has really come up. It's not even so much that people think it, it's unlikely or implausible. People just seem offended at this point that fans still want this, or that they think this is an avenue that can happen through. I mean, that's the thing I can't get my head around. It's that you're angered by something you think, first of all, that you think isn't going to happen, and that you're not pursuing, even if you thought that it was possible. I don't understand that. That you're soft, that other people want something and are pursuing it through a means that you think it won't happen through, and you're angry about that.
It's a misguided perception that the internet, especially with Twitter, has, that people give a shit about your response to something. If I post something, I don't give a fuck about your response. I don't care. I don't need check my Twitter feed. Give a shit about your opinion. I don't. I mean, you can agree with me. We can go back and forth. But if I say, you know what, I believe in something, and you're going to come in here and tell me why, fuck about your opinion. And I've made that clear. And part of that not giving two shits about what you think about what should be pursued or not is not responding to you. You don't have to respond to everybody on Twitter. That's the mental deficiency we're working with here. You can post an opinion somewhere. Oh, I think you guys should do this and that. So what? So what? Okay. You know what? Use that little scroll button or whatever you want to do, the little arrow, and scroll to the next guy. Nobody has to respond. Most of the people that get themselves into a tangle fuck are the people who think they're it's their position to guide me somewhere or guide somebody somewhere and give me I give a fuck about your opinion when it comes to these matters. I've told everybody, I've stated my opinion on enough platforms to the point where I don't need to reply. I don't need to get involved in every Twitter war, and you guys really need to find something better to do, to be honest with you. On either end of this, you guys create your own, your own stress. You create your own hell by simply thinking that just because somebody posts something that they need to fucking hear your opinion about it. All right, check. I'm not, like I said, it's really easy. If a bonehead like me can have the discipline not to do it, you can too. You just have to want to. But you want that heat. People want that action. They want that conflict. They can't exist without it. And you need to probably sit back and examine things if that's so much a part of your existence. All right. Let's go on to stuff that makes me happy.
Yeah. But if you guys want to see that, just jump on my Twitter and see all that action, because it's like, oh, that was and I didn't respond to most of them. There were a couple of people I did block there, but it was I was talking with William offline about said, oh, take a look at just how nuts people are going about me just even suggesting this. And I said, I used the gift for Planet of the Apes. It's a madhouse, because that's what it is. Something about this subject. People are there. People again who just on one side of it, just are so determined that this should never happen. They have to push back on anybody who even suggests there might be something to this. We're just gonna leave it at that. Yeah. Yes, but also news.
If you want to see what an absolute waste of time people are into, look at some of the responses to this. It was like, why did I need to fucking hear from you? If I'm posting something, why? I mean, yeah, you can, but you want to get your blood pressure up and type some angry paragraph at me because you don't agree with my opinion. Fuck you. I mean, that's on you. That's on you. The internet is a really cool thing. You choose to be a fuck up on it. That's on you. All right. Supergirl warming up tomorrow. This, once again, I already pretty much could do the math here and figure out this is where this is coming out, which means most of the other stuff on this DCU slate is coming out beyond that. When they first announced this, I was intrigued about this because Tom King's Supergirl World Tomorrow is one of the better storylines in the last decade. I love it. I promoted it on our site. I have the books in the store. I have the comics in the store. It's one of the things I hand people when they want to jump into this type of storyline. When I find out the kind of things that they want, I love putting this story in the hands of people. So I was genuinely thrilled when this happened. But like anything with the DCU, it's just too far away for me to really get excited. So now we get a release date that is June 2026. That's literally legit 2 years away. So even though in the back of my head I knew this is really where we're going to end up with this, any error that was in my excitement has just been deflated. I don't care enough about things that are happening within 30 days. Now I got 2 years. And the difference between, like a Fantastic Four situation or a situation, if Kevin Feige was telling me, hey, I got, we're gonna get this going and the release date is 2 years, A, I would actually care. B, I would actually know what's happening, and I would have something to be excited about, because guess what? Yeah, he's put out some shitty movies, but for the most part, Kevin hasn't wasted my time. So when Kevin asks, say, hey, 2 years, all right. But when it's a company that's pretty much wasted my time, you're going to add on 2 years to the time you already wasted. It's really hard to get excited, even though I really want to see this, and Tom King's involved, and I like Millie Akers. I mean, this is all cool, but 2 years away. So that, when we bring back the ban list, a lot of this stuff is going on the ban list. This will be a temporary ban list because it's not going to be banned forever. It's just going to be banned until it's actually relevant.
It's going to be pertinent. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we're just not going to, I'm not talking Supergirl World of Tomorrow for 2 years. I'm just not, I'm intrigued and I love the story, but 2 years from now, I mean, like I said, and a lot of the stuff you're going to hear us talk about is going to be drawn in within 12 months. That's going to be a new rule I think we should add. If it's not within a year, we're not doing backflips over it. Because to be honest with you, that kind of time is too much time, and we know what fans do when we have too much time. So the release date, all right. So Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow, one of the upcoming films from James Gunn and Peter Safran. I just really don't like saying his name on here. Revamped Peter Safran. Revamped DCU, got a surprise release date drop. How is that a surprise, guys? How is that a surprise? Okay. Per a press release from Warner Bros., Supergirl will fly into theaters on June 26, 2026. Supergirl is set to be directed by Cruella and Tanya filmmaker Greg Gillespie, which that's really that's good news. House of the Dragon breakout Amelia Alcock, who played Rhaenyra, and we'll be getting to some House of the Dragon stuff too. That should give us something of an idea of DCU's release schedule. The only other movie Gunn and Safran's DCU to get a release date, excluding Elseworld titles like Joker, Folly to Lose, which are not part of their world, is Superman on July 11th. We only have 2 dates so far. We could see a release schedule that sees 1 DC movie per summer. Ooh, if I'm an investor, I'm probably going to need you to pick that up. Where's my stock at today? Let's see. Stock.
Oh yeah, that's a good question. I'll look that up, see if that's.
Hey, it's 856. Still dreadfully low, but it's a little bit higher than usual. Hey, wonder what Warner Brothers Discovery deleveraging key share. Okay, well that's not good. Deleveraging key shares. And Mrs. Force Quarter. Oh, this is not. None of this is good news, but yet they got $1 extra. So hey, there you go. About to take a look at that. All right. Let's see. Still, we have to wait on how the rest of the film and slate stakes out. Elseworld and DCU's Chapter 1, Gods and Monsters, are The Brave and the Bold, The Authority, Swamp Thing, and we're still waiting more from those. So, all right. We're also waiting to learn about Supergirl Woman Tomorrow, but Gunn has revealed just a few details. For one, it takes the name directly from the recent Tom King and Belucas Emily limited series of the same name. You guys need to read that if you haven't. Which finds a version of Kara Zor-El struggling to find purpose and meaning in her life. But DC Comics official synopsis reads, all that changes when an alien girl seeks her out to help her take revenge on the bad guys who destroyed her world. It's really, like I said, I can't express more how good it is. Supergirl World Tomorrow wasn't the only release date that Warner Brothers revealed on Tuesday. Just shortly before Supergirl announced the studio revealed October 24th release of Mortal. Who cares about that? Okay. So there you go. We're not even, we're still in May, so we're over 2 years away. So.
Yeah, and all, of course, this is all kind of also, presupposing that, that Superman Legacy doesn't get any kind of a, bump back to November or, whatever, in 2025, which is not out of the realm of possibility. And of course, if that moves, then everything behind it moves. So
I'm thinking it's going to reach that date, though. I'm thinking that they're going to reach that date. Just got a gut feeling, but with 2 years, they should be able to make. I mean, that's infinite. That's like I put in the thumbnail. That's like 2,000 years away. It may as well, with all the things that change in these studios and who's running what. That's 2,000 years away. That's far enough out from my realm of concern to where there's a lot of stuff that could go on with WBD between now and then, story wise and everything else. And like I said, it's and a release of summer. Ugh. I hope that's not what happens. I hope there's at least two. But,
you're saying that is this?
Yeah.
You're reading this like there's going to be one release per
Yeah,
summer every year.
Yeah, and I'm like,
that is like that is sacrificing momentum for how much this company.
Yeah, I can't even fake caring about that kind of schedule. So, all right. So where do we leave off in the chat? So now because I want to get them all.
We are. I think we're right about here. Let's see. He was also Big Daddy in Nick Cage. Yeah. Vince says, I made the point, I'm not even really a Siren fan, not an anti pro. I don't get why people waste their breath around here. I mean, yeah. Again, check out the comments and the quote tweets on that post. I mean, it's like, and again, I respond to most of them. It's like, it is just so insane how, again, it's gone from, it has escalated from people, detractors or naysayers, think this is unlikely, think this is improbable, to they are outright furious that anybody wants this at all or is advocating for this at all or thinks this particular avenue is a means that could theoretically happen through.
Oh, by the way, guys, you can just mute them, even if you can just mute them. They don't show up on your timeline. That's really I've done a lot. That's why I recommend that people do more. You don't just have to follow. You just mute them. I mean, they add nothing to your day. They add nothing to you. They don't even add anything to their own day, and I truly believe. So just if just
people I have muted jumped into that thread. Yeah, one gentleman in particular who shall remain nameless, but
Yeah. But it takes two to tango, and to me, listen, I could post a lot of stuff about this. I just don't. Because I don't think it's going anywhere. I don't think the conversation. I know what kind of responses I'm going to get. I know the shitheads are going to come out of their hole, and I don't need to have the conversation. And they're not changing. I'm not changing the conversation for them. They're not changing the conversation for me. I don't even make I could make a whole bunch of posts about a whole bunch of things, but it's like their opinions are not worth enough to me to solicit their response. So I just cut it off at the head.
Well, especially if you're coming into this telling me what an idiot I am, or what, like, if you're coming at it from the baseline of, it's like, no, Snyder, bro, let me tell you, like, how you want to understand how the business works. I'm not listening to you at, even if you either way, it's if you're coming at it from the foundation of you're going to lecture me or tell me how stupid I am.
Yeah, I just eliminate. I choose to eliminate that at the root. I just choose to eliminate because I know what's going to happen. So if I were to post my opinion today, I know what's going to happen as a result of that, and it's just going to be a waste of my time. So I personally, everybody's different how they handle social media. I just don't make the post because I am on these platforms to engage in fruitful and productive conversations. I know by certain posts that it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. So I just, instead of having to time travel and delete some shit that, because it's been snowballed into some garbage I don't need, I just don't make the post. It's just me. That's just me, though. I'm in the minority, and I know everybody's different, but don't make the post.
Especially Lord Miller involved. Yeah, they're definitely more
definitely
than
with Lord Miller involved. Definitely with Lord
fourth.
Miller
Mark
involved.
my words, when Gunman comes out, articles be written saying we were too hard in the Snyderverse, starting to miss it. Fourth clearly isn't looking forward to DCU.
Yep, and I'll scroll right past those too.
Fourth, I have 7 Artisans Vision 35 millimeter.
Okay.
Okay, you're getting a little bit technical on this here, guys.
Are you talking? Yeah, I don't know what it is. Sorry for Dark Knight. The fourth is the camera guy. We don't.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I know I have a camera on my phone.
Yeah, oh, the boys. Yeah, I saw that, Aaron. It's the boys have been renewed for season 5, so forward to it. It's kind of like Brett. Oh, I do not ignore most and pick a few. Come on.
Actually, we're going all the way down from most. Have we skipped any?
Well, these just mostly just the ones where they're everybody's talking to each other in the comments. Should Spider-Man Noir be in black and white like his animated version? That's a good question. I could see.
I would do it that way. I would.
Yeah, I could see them doing this kind of like Sin City. Yeah, I could see them doing that. Let's see, I don't participate in Twitter X Wars. Yeah.
No.
Well, again, this wasn't even a war. It's just I made a post making an opinion, and everybody decided to do come in and correct me. So. And this ain't going away. It's like I keep trying to tell the fandom and the studio and people cover this. Like, listen, the circumstances of this. I mean, whether people want to admit it or not, this is not going away. This is not leaving the DC conversation, whether people want to admit it or not. The circumstances.
But we all choose what conversations we're part of, though. And see, and to me, like I said, it's just nothing. From the moment your post went out, there was nothing worthwhile that resulted from it. I'm not saying you, but there was nothing worthwhile that came out of it. As far as like interaction goes. I mean, if Twitter's for interaction, if the interaction is worthless, then it's just like, every one of those posts was for the most part worthless. It's just like it's out there. What part do I play in it? Is where I try to determine. I mean.
I'm trying to think
does me making a post about it change anything?
I'm trying to think what my favorite one was. What was my favorite one? Because they all kind of blended together. Like a lot of them were saying it's like, and maybe actually you can speak a little bit to this and I think we did talk a little bit offline about it where you had mentioned because of the comparison I made to Spider-Man Noir and people, a lot of people point out it's like, Sony doesn't have their own streaming service, and B, they're actively involved in production, so this makes it this makes your point invalid. I mean, you have any thoughts on that? As far as
they still Amazon still ordered it from them. Amazon still ordered the series from them. So Amazon, MGM, the streaming service or not, Sony's its own studio. If they could Amazon, it ordered it, even though they don't have a streaming service. It's still their content that Amazon ordered. So there is still a third party. A second and third party because you have, MGM under them. So Amazon still ordered it from them. It's not like, they would not have what they have made it were it not for Amazon and MGM ordering it. So when you bring that into the fold, it's a transaction. That's why I don't like bringing it up, because the fan base, the fanboy, you have people trying to apply fanboy logic where it does not apply. People we know, people we stream with. People they are using the education that they got from YouTube and other YouTubers to try to form an opinion about when and where a transaction can be made. And the conversation, it becomes worthless. That is a worthless, like I said, it is like trying to explain quantum physics to a fucking cave bat. It's just not going to work. And it's not because the people are stupid. It's because they're just not willing to even entertain a transactions have every day. So I just initially say, I know what's out there. And I know what's going to happen if I make a post. I just don't. So I made that personal decision.
Let's see. Dortnight says, just a bunch of bullshit while I'm learning. I'm actually writing 2 shorts. One, a family story about a father and son road trip, and a naughty Christmas film. Okay, good luck, man.
All right, man. Keep us posted.
Naughty Christmas film. What kind of... You get more detail on that? Because it's like Bad Santa or something? What's that all about? Okay, we still getting to that. I mean, they said they're supposed to enter production
Yeah, you're getting a Batman
early
too.
next year.
Yeah. Don't worry about that. You're getting a Batman 2, and you're probably you're getting a Batman 3. Like I said, I feel more confident about Batman's 2 and 3 than I do about anything going on DCU, because I think those will happen no matter what the management is. So yeah.
Yeah, Supergirl. Yeah, I can see that. I
No,
can see that being a. You don't think so?
I think she will. I think she will, but I don't think she should. But that's just me.
Well, because why do you
The
think she
only
will?
the Kingdom Come logo belongs on Kingdom Come. Do it, James Gunn. Do a Kingdom Come. I'm down with it. But that's just me. That's a personal grievance. I don't.
Well, why do you think it will, even if you don't think it should?
Consistency. It's consistency with the emblem. That's the emblem of that. If it depends on what his story is. If his story is the emblem from their home world or whatever, then I don't know what his premise is. But if that, then it would be consistency. So, but who knows? I don't. It's 2 years away.
I mean, that's what they did, with Supergirl and the Flash. I mean, her S is very, is very much in sync with Henry Cavill's. So, what else we got? I prefer a year of release announced instead of a hard date. Could backfire while receipts remain kept with some perceived. Yeah, I could. I don't know. What are your thoughts on that?
I 100% agree. I 100% agree with that.
So you think it should be, this is coming out in 2026, but we're giving ourselves some breathing room so that it's
projected. The word projected should be used in case, because things happen. I agree 100%.
Yeah, I think so. Well, especially again, things happen with this studio, and of course we're still, again, there's the stock is in the toilet, and there's ever-present talk of yet another merger or sale, and what else? There's all kinds of ideas. So yeah, that's it definitely. They could definitely afford to give themselves some breathing room on that. But yeah, so yeah, I get a little more of that. Why don't you just put DC on this?
Nah,
just put DC like writ large on the ban list. Yeah. Nah.
I mean, not really. Like I said, we got to separate the knuckleheads from the content.
We love these characters. We love these characters. Yeah. We love this universe in this multiverse. We don't want to put on the ban list. They're when it comes to IPs. We don't want DC, Marvel, Star Wars, Star Trek, the Raid. You don't put them on the ban list. You see, I can make it. I told you, he's right. I can relate the Raid to anything.
Next.
And that, by the way, that will never be on the ban list. That is the anti-ban list. Is the Raid?
Whatever.
Okay.
All right.
And I thought you guys were telling me, it's like, oh, that movie's so awesome. Aaron said in the comments, that's a masterpiece. That was cinema, Brad. You guys have to listen to me when I make these recommendations. Can't be a bunch of floobs on this. You got to listen to me. I think with the power
that's
of draw,
going on the ban list. That the term "this is cinema" is going on the ban list. I'm dumping people who use that. So yeah, whatever.
Why is that? Is it because
it's been overused? It's overused, and people who don't know what the fuck cinema is are saying it's so fucking.
Well, is it because it's so tied into the whole Scorsese versus Marvel kind of conversation too?
No, it's just a trend. It's a mindless trend that people just pick up and say. It's an echo chamber. Next one.
Okay. Let's see. Should Teen Titans adapt? Sorry. Oh, you talk about the show that they're going to do?
No.
Yeah. I mean, there's certain staples. I mean, obviously it's going to have a Robin and a Beast Boy and a who else? Something Robin, Beast Boy, and
I mean, some of the characters that are in the cartoon, they might start with an original lineup. Because some of those characters were not part of the original Teen Titans. Some of those characters didn't even exist. Half the characters that are in the current lineup, though, it depends on what kind of story that the person who's doing Teen Titans, which I don't know if we're ever getting, if that what that person decides where they want to start their story. If they want to start it in at present, then you could do it that way and go retro, or you could start it at the founding of it. It could happen, but I don't think they should do it just because the cartoon lineup's out there. I think they should do it because that's where their story takes them.
Commerce has got a little that. Again, get it out of your system, tonight, guys. Anything that's going to be on the ban list. If you want to cross the line of the ban list, tonight's the night to do it. Let's see what else. Sorry, shot down a little bit there. Speaking of campy, did you see my Discord post? Made a short of it when he mentioned my comment and was like, "Oh, I didn't see he had mentioned your where when he couldn't think of the name of the number 23 5 seconds of fame." No, I didn't see that, man. I mean, actually, let me go on the Discord real quick and see if I can pull that up.
Here I'm gonna answer this because it's the same thing I just explained. It's sad when you just try to post your opinion and it's twisted, all this hate and vitriol. Sure, people don't have to post it. It's Snyder fandom, but so aggressive. Listen, I love you, Austin. You know, you were one of my favorite people to be around in the city. You're a grown man. You know what's coming when you post what you post, and that's on you. That is your platform. I'm never going to tell you what not to post and put your opinion on your platform. But we've been around this whole thing. You know, everybody knows what's coming next when they push that send button. Everybody knows. All right. Nobody should. So when you make the post, when that heat comes, you can't, oh my God, it's hot in here now. It's like Brad. Brad decided to make it. I wouldn't have done that because I know what's coming and I have no fucking time for it. So when you initiate it by making the post with a post like that with very predictable outcome, what do you want me to say, man? You had to know what was going to happen when you started that discourse, and whether people should have some discipline in what they say and do and what they respond. The reality of it is that they don't, because the internet does not require you to have such income. It's that discourse that, the stuff you wouldn't say sitting across the table from somebody, you'll do behind the keyboard. But there's everybody who makes a post on the internet pretty much should know how, within reason, how it's going to be responded to. So there's another option. But if you want to make these posts, you got to understand that heat's coming. And you can't be surprised at the level that the heat, comes to. It sucks. But
I remember one. It wasn't for this one today, but it was for a different one. I forget which one it was. But I mean, and it's like I'm not trying to poke the bear whenever I make these posts. I'm just sharing my thoughts on different topics. And but I mean, there are some that I know that I'm going to get pushback on. Not usually to the extent of like 800 people I've never met in my life jumping in and giving their thoughts, but yeah, I forget which one this was exactly, but I made a post. It might have been DC related, but I posted on Twitter and I DM William and I say, I'm going to regret posting this, aren't I? He said, yeah, you do.
So exactly you are, because here's the thing. Now, if I were to post something like that, I'm going to, once I post it, that's it. I'm not going to give a fuck about the responses. I'm either going to mute the responses or let them come in, and I don't care. I'm not interacting with you on that. I said what I said. I'm not going back and forth with you on that. We are not changing each other's minds. But I actually will go one further. I'm just not going to make the post.
And ironically, I think that one, where I said about, I actually didn't get that much of a dog pile on, funnily enough. So, sometimes there's no rhyme or reason to whatever when you post something on any kind of controversial topic, how crazy the comment section is going to get. But, yes, and by the way, before I forget, Vince, I just pulled up on the Discord your when John Campia pulled up here, and
real quick,
he was having trouble remembering.
Learn the difference between acknowledging this fucking nonsense and engaging with this nonsense. Two fucking different things. Be very careful there because there's a difference. All right, go ahead.
Yes, I going back to Vince's thing. I saw that. He'd you made some kind of question about like something Jim Carrey, but and Campy, he forgot the name. He said, the number 26 or number 28 is number 23 that Jim Carrey did about like 15 years ago with Joel Schumacher before he dies. It's outside of what as William calls the buffoonery of a lot of Jim Carrey's career. I actually really like the number 23. It's a thriller. It's kind of a psychological thriller. It's very much outside of the comedy, the wacky Ace Ventura or Dumb and Dumber kind of comedy he's known for. If you haven't seen it, I'd say give it a look because it's pretty. He's got a lot of versatility and much more. Jim Carrey's got more versatility, I think, that he gets credit for. We know him for his physical comedy, but he's got talent. He's legit got talent. and more than just comedy.
Yeah,
Although
he
his
does,
comedy is fantastic.
and it's sad that he ever got to explore that dimension before he hung it up more than he did. I mean, because some of when he wasn't doing the buffoonery, I thought he was excellent. Like I said, there's just there's just a lot of stuff that was left on the table.
Let's see. Yeah, I do too. Yeah.
Excuse me.
Yeah. What the hell, dude?
I'm going to give you some time to clarify that before I get rid of you.
Yeah.
Right.
How much do we criticize Warner Brothers on the show and we're corporate bootleggers all of a sudden?
To be fair, yeah, I'm going to give you some space to clarify that. But otherwise, you're just, to be fair, the intent to share an opinion doesn't need to bend to fit the desire of the conscience. Yeah, but once again, every action has consequences. If someone has willpower to speak their opinions out loud, stand on it. That's my integrity. Once again, action, reaction. But when you post something and that heat comes and you get mad because there's some burns on your fingers, and I don't want to hear it. If you have the right to do that. But like I said, when those torches come at you and it becomes a war and people start getting all, that's on them. Grown people have grown people consequences.
Yeah, and listen, it's like with I'm definitely I share that opinion where like what's the way I put it? It's kind of like if you knowingly poke the bear. One of my philosophies in life is if you knowingly, intentionally poke the bear, at that point you've forfeited your right to complain about being mauled. I mean, it just is what it is. But yeah, I also see what Ray is saying. Where it's like I don't have to cater. Nobody should have to cater to social media whenever they express any kind of viewpoint on social media. You definitely don't have to cater it to whether or not it's going to strike anybody else's fancy or they're going to.
Yeah, I just it's a personal decision. She's right. I just seek to have productive conversation, and those aren't it.
Yeah, I definitely see it. Then we go back to Vincent's here talking about the Campia thing. Brad, I didn't mind number 23, but I remember the movie more because Devin Hester was invited to the premiere because he wore 23 for the Bears. That was 2007. Yeah. God, it's crazy. I think it's been that long. Yeah, but I do like it. I do like number 23. What else has Jim Carrey done? Again, that's kind of you said your favorite of his is Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind.
Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind.
Man on the Moon. I think. That's kind of blending comedy and drama. Yeah. I mean, because it's definitely very comedic because he's.
Playing, but it's not buffoonery. It's actually he's playing Angie. So it's a little bit different.
There's actually a documentary on Netflix that kind of goes behind the scenes of the making of Man on the Moon, and Jim Carrey really immersed himself in that portrayal. Like he really. He did the method thing. He's like I am in the persona of Andy Kaufman from now until when we finished, and he did that. Much to the chagrin of a lot of people making the movie with him, but he did that.
This will be the last one we get on this one because, like I said, and then you'll be surprised to know unless we're raising money and pursuing a cause, a lot of the Snyder talk is going to be on the ban list. Because it really kind of fucks up the show sometimes. Kind of like now. If you don't want anything to do with DCU for legitimate reasons, like you don't like gun films or whatever reason. Here's a problem with that, Austin. That's up to the consumer. It doesn't have to be fair. It's the consumer. He's always going to be right because he's the one shelling out the money or not shelling out the money. It's up to them. Whatever reason that someone doesn't want to go into anything like this is the right answer because it's their choice, their time, their money. And I think that's where the friction is when people try to tell people what they should think about that. And it's just not it's not a role of a fan, in my opinion, All right.
Yeah. I mean, I've said before, it's like, the way, the circumstances of why we're seeing this particular Superman as opposed to the one I was previously watching. I mean, make no mistake, that has absolutely colored. That is absolutely looming over my ability to get excited for this Superman and this upcoming DC universe. And because of the circumstances, how it came about, and the how and the why of it. And I know for a fact I am far from the only person who feels that way.
By the way, guys, the ban list is mostly going to be kind of satire and joke, and there will be things that are going to be hard bans that you're just not going to get responses from. We will not be answering questions about unless there's new and something, But like what we've done tonight, to me, I blew 25 minutes on something I just really, But we had to put it in that context and get it out of our system because, like I said, once we institute a ban list, unless we were legitimately doing something, like celebrating like next Monday, May 20th, going into that with celebrating raising funds and like that, that's a different thing. But as far as or unless we're talking about something that's about to be released, we're not gonna talk about it. And conversely, I have nothing to say 2 years out and over a year out from anything that's happening at the DCU. I don't. There's nothing for me to talk about, and this platform it's not a news platform. It's a conversation to
It's
at the end of my
commentary.
day.
In a lot of ways, we're color commentary in a lot of ways.
Yeah, and I hate to be the asshole. A lot of your opinions on these issues, I don't fucking care about. I want to be honest with you. Many of your opinions on these abstract stuff that the stuff that causes all this. I've already heard your opinions about them. For those of you who will be watching, for the most part, you've heard mine. We're going to keep headbutting each other for.
And it's not to say that your opinions are illegitimate or don't have value.
Yeah, they don't. That your opinions don't matter. It's just like they don't matter to me in my decision-making process about what makes me happy on this platform. And mine, vice versa. Mine shouldn't about you about this particular issue. Now there'll be other issues and other topics that we're going to cover, like everything else. That won't be the case, but on these two particular topics, when it comes to Zack Snyderverse and the DCU, I'm done talking about it because there's nothing happening. There's nothing happening in DCU near enough to me that I care about right now. I'm not going to stare at that fucking him putting on his boots for the next. I don't. Come on. All right. Right. And when it comes to Supergirl, I got 2 years I got a year to care about Supergirl. So, yeah. So the ban list, that part of the ban list, I'm not going to be budging on. So if you're coming to here to talk about those topics and there's nothing news-worthy or conversation moving, I hate to lose viewers, but we're just going to shelve that shit. All right.
Yeah. So Reyes says, I guess the one topic we'll talk about that is a ban is Blade.
What's that?
Of course, is Blade. Of course, William and Rand, they kind of have a little bit of a back and forth on Blade as far as the Blade as a pillar for CBMs, becoming the as big as they
are. Listen, Austin. This is I'm going to be very clear. It's part of having a YouTube. You wouldn't have an audience if you. No, not necessarily. I'm going to give my audience a little bit more credit than that. I think my audience wants to talk about other stuff. I think my audience is interested. I mean, we've proved it. We've proved it on the shows where we brought up neither one of these topics, and we've done just fine.
Talk about the raid.
And if that's the case, that's fine. You don't see me, bitching and moaning the fact that I have like what three followers, or I'm not. It's taking me forever to get 500. We get there when we get there, but we get there how I want to get there. We get there with conversations that make me happy. At the end of the day,
we don't get there by bitterness, and we don't get there by internal fandom conflict. And we don't get there by. I mean, you can get there, but it's just not. It's not fun getting there that way.
Yeah, I mean, I could be doing other things. I want to talk to you about things that are fun. I don't do the controversy bullshit. You look at my thumbnails. My thumbnails are boring. Not boring in that way, but I'm not looking to pick a fight. This is not. Yeah. I'm not using our channel to pick fights.
Other than when Aaron's kicking somebody.
That's just fun. Once again,
yeah, fun. those just we're just having fun with those. Where she's like kicking Mickey Mouse or Harvey Weinstein or
But I don't want to. Like I said, I would hate to lose any viewers. But if that's what you're coming here for, go somewhere else, because we're just not going to do that on a nightly basis. We shouldn't have done it tonight. And but they're, like I said, being the last day before we ain't doing it no more, I figure let's get it all out of our system. And if you could do me a favor, Brad, and bring up the Game of Thrones trailer, the newest one from the official site.
Sure. Okay. Just because I haven't seen this myself, so this will be my first time seeing it. So this is for it's for House of Dragon season 2,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, you should. It
Okay,
should have.
here
It
we
came
go.
out today or yesterday.
Yeah, I got a max here, so we should be good there.
Yeah,
God,
probably get kicked off anyway.
every,
But at least
every time I see that name, it's like I'm just like, what the hell with you guys? I just
Yeah.
don't get the logic of that.
you know what? I'll leave it for the next people to fix.
Yeah. Do you think they would actually put it back to HBO Max, or
Yeah.
they make something? Yeah. Okay. Okay, here we go. Playing the House of Dragon season 2 trailer.
The Targaryen who sits the Iron Throne is not just a king or a queen. They are a protector of the realm. Now I find myself in an impossible position.
All hail, King Aegon!
The enemy usurped my throne.
We're going to King's Landing. Well, what are we going to do about it?
We must play the board before us.
Proceed cautiously.
Fuck dignity! I want revenge.
News spreads through the realm. The great houses will come to our side.
I did not think they would be so eager to die.
My ships sail at your command.
The realm's only hope is in a leader strong enough to unite it.
Do you accept me as your queen and ruler? This senseless war must end.
Shall now us prevail?
Not like this.
Alicent holds love for our enemy. That makes her a fool.
The enemy without may be fought with swords. The enemy within is more insidious.
There is more than one way to fight a war.
War is coming, and neither of us may win.
All
Now
right, Dragon.
that makes me happy. Seeing that fire, seeing that logo. When I hear that sound, because we're going to be doing group watch parties, and we're going to be doing an after show afterwards, a live after show like we did for season 1. When I hear that opening theme music, man, oh, I cannot wait. It's been too long. Life without Game of Thrones is it's just not. You're not living. That trailer is awesome. That trailer tells me that we're nearing, in my opinion, if they go by the timeline of the books, if they keep that timeline, this stage is almost over. The Dance of the Dragons is which House of the Dragons is depicting. I'm seeing battles that happened at the end of it. The battle between Aegon and Daemon. But no spoiler alerts. I'm not gonna tell you all that. But you see that's happened towards the end. They're at stages of their life that you see just in this trailer. So we should only be getting one more season of the Dance of the Dragons. Now that's not to say that House of the Dragon will end, because the Targaryens go beyond that. And if they wanted to, they could go beyond Game of Thrones, because we still have one Targaryen left. And that's Jon Snow, who is Aegon, who's the rightful king of the Seven Kingdoms, which I would love to see. I would love to see that story told. They have to. I can't wait. I can't wait.
So we got about a month for that.
Yeah, see, instead of talking about shit that I got to wait 2 years for, I got a month. Granted, I had to wait way too long to get season 2 of Game of Thrones, House of the Dragon, but it's here. It's here.
Well, speaking of something else we're waiting close to 2 years for, yes, I did see this, Aaron. Mortal Kombat 2 released on October 24th, 2025. Yes, we'll be seeing that with tournaments, hopefully, coming up. And yeah, Carl Urban. Carl Urban's Johnny Cage in it.
Did you guys just interrupt my glory, my excitement for House of the Dragon for some Mortal Kombat shit? What the fuck is going on?
Well, they're gonna have 3Ds in it too. Come on.
That trailer was pretty powerful. I guess for me, I might be a little bit biased because I know what happens in the story, so I can kind of connect what I see. But I thought it was pretty strong. But you know what? Like I said, man, I don't know how big of a game of I don't know how big a Game of Thrones fan you are, Fourth. So I mean, I don't I know what I mean. I don't know if you like it and just out in the realm you. I don't know, but I got chills. Every time I see the dragons, I get chilled because I know something's going down. And for the first Game of Thrones, I only had the 3. I mean, you had like 16 or 17 in here. And granted, this is where you start to see them dwindle down because they fight each other all the time. But I just knowing what happens in the show, I know who lives and who dies. That to me, that's the only time like a prequel really matters to me because the way Game of Thrones is doing them. Everything that they're doing is a direct line to an eventual feature. Now, would I have done? I would have rather done the Jon Snow series because I know how this ends. It's like they want to do Aegon. I think the next one might be Aegon the Conqueror, which is how the Seven Kingdoms was united under Aegon Targaryen and the sister wives. However, I would rather do that with the Jon Snow series, kind of like what the Godfather 2 did. Where you have Michael Corleone in the present or the current president, but you're seeing Vito Corleone's history. So if you're going to tell me a prequel story, tell it alongside a future story. That's what I would like to see Star Wars do too. Tell me a story from thousands of years in the past, but also give me a vision of the future as well at the same time. I mean, the Godfather 2 model, so I call it that. So it sucks how Rings of Power got steamrolled by House of the Dragon. Last year, it got a lot of unfair comparisons. I think it would have. A lot of people are into Tolkien. I'm not one of them. I cannot stand Tolkien. I think it bores my eyeballs out of my skull. But it's a preference thing. There's nothing wrong with you if you like it. I think the type of storytelling, and they shouldn't be really compared. The epic size of Lord of the Rings. And the type of thing that they tell with that story is on a different type of epicness than Game of Thrones. Obviously, you have that type of scale, but it's different. It's different. It's based and it has its strength in different things. They're just different. And yeah, I don't think the comparisons were very fair at all because they may have inspired the other, but they've gone on 2 different divergent paths. So I was never a Tolkien fan. Like I said, maybe it comes from having to read those damn books when I was a kid for book reports and stuff, and the teachers like forced that shit into us. But when it comes to Game of Thrones, the books of Game of Thrones are kind of boring. I've read them; they're boring. Game of Thrones on screen and on TV is where it's at for me. That's why when Game of Thrones after season 4 they went away because they ran out of the material for the books, and it was just them going where they wanted to go. Those are some of the best seasons. So that was just me. But hey, aren't they getting a season 2 of Lord of the Rings, the Ring of Powers, or did they?
Yeah, I think so. I think I read something about that.
Yeah, I mean, it did what Amazon needed it to do. So
yeah, sold plumbing hardware as Roadhouse did.
Yeah, Aegon the Conqueror series. Now, see, like I said, I don't know if I want to see that. Because we all know, if you're in the Game of Thrones, you know exactly how he did it. You know exactly who lives, who dies. You know exactly how, because you've watched enough Game of Thrones to know what survived. I would like to see that with Jon Snow's. Like, I would like to see that story told like in flashbacks or using one of Bran's war type of things where he's living the reality at the same time. I don't know if I necessarily want to see just an Aegon the Conqueror. I'll watch it though because it's giving me everything I want. I know I'm gonna get my blood. I know I'm gonna get my fight, my gut. I know I'm gonna get everything that Game of Thrones promises me. But I would rather them. I want to see what happens with Jon Snow. I want to see what happens going forward. I want to see him come back to Winterfell and take the kingdom again. So there you go. House of the Dragon has amazing atmosphere and tension, great writing too. All the characters can play. Yeah. And like I said, Daemon Targaryen, which is Matt Smith's character, is an asshole. Don't get caught up and root for that guy. He's going to leave you. He may have some heroic kick-ass moments, but you're going to find out probably the first episode of season 2. This is not a guy you root for. This is a monster. So, all right. I like Game of Thrones enough. I pardon the ending. I think House of Dragon is better. Yeah, that ending in the trailer felt like they were trying to make an action out of a static. Well, that's just a trailer just to get you going. It's just that, hey, we're a month out. Because when you watch the actual show, all the stuff that goes into context of that, it's completely it's different. You're like, wow, a whole bunch of stuff. It's like any trailer for like a movie or an epic like that. A lot of times you see the trailer and it gets your blood going, but when you go actually see the content, it's different because it's paced differently, it's spaced out differently. So, House of the Dragon, baby. House of the Dragon.
Sorry. Yeah, what's the...
What did you post earlier?
Yeah, go ahead, post again.
Rings of Power season 2, August 20. Yeah, so we got another season. So Amazon's happy with it.
Yeah. Azteca clearly is not a fan of Game of Thrones.
Yeah, hey, you know what? That's fair. That's fair. Just like Tolkien is not my cup of tea. It's fair. When I saw Numerous, I was like, oh, that's okay. He's talking about let's see. We're not going to hit everyone, but here we go. I love Damon's daughters. I want to see more of them. They're probably the least corrupt. Yeah, they are. They're tragic. They're tragically uncorrupt. And like I said, the story makes you hate both sides. Both of these, none of the Greens or the Blacks. The Hightower faction and the Targaryen her faction. These people do awful things by the time this is all over. They are awful, awful people, and they kill basically, most of their own family just for a throne. So, okie dokie. Here we go. The last of the pre-banned list streams. Tomorrow we're in a new place. Just want to do. We talked about it. Yeah. We talked about some of these things because I wanted you to give a context of why we will be going in different directions from this point on. You asked me, well, if it doesn't make you happy, why'd you talk about it? Because I wanted you to, I wanted to have a reference point to go back to understand, why isn't he answering my question? Because we're gonna explicitly list these things. Like I said, if I get one more viewer, great. Wonderful. If I get 500, great, wonderful. But it's not really what I'm here for. I'm here to have fun. I'm here for the same reason to open up my store, which is to have conversations that make me happy. So I don't care about the controversy. I don't care about the Twitter wars. That's not my thing. As evidenced by my boring Twitter page. But if that's what you guys want to do, I'm not going to stop you. I just don't want it here. I just don't want to carry over that energy here, because why spend a whole day working and come here with a conflict that you probably came here to avoid? And I know I did. I sure as hell did. So yeah, gonna start changing the direction of our conversation. I hope we get more viewers. I hope you guys stay on board with us. But I'm gonna make, first of all, the first thing I got to do if I'm going to invest this kind of time into these things is it has to make me happy and it has to be fun. Those are the 2 top priorities. Everything else is secondary, third, and so on. So,
yeah.
Right,
wow, this is a good point here. So you might
watch.
I had to get that out before get done. And by the way, I'm gonna find out who. Because I've said I'm going to find out who Bane is. I'm going to find out who. Well, we know who Venom is. That's Droga. He can't hide it. But yeah, I would like to. In fact, you know what, Bane and Williamsburger, since you guys are going to be on the ban list as of the end of the stream tonight, can you guys go ahead and just tell us who you are in the comments? Because I'd love to know. I would love to know. Can you tell me if I was right that you were Enosh the whole time?
I highly doubt Enosh is.
I hear a lot of press here. It's a scary movie. No, we went through all that BS earlier, and I mean now you guys are like finding other things that drive me crazy with with bridesmaids and do worse with car. I mean I know it's stupid, but I mean it's like I don't have like William's disdain for it.
Well, because you didn't pay to see. Well, maybe you did pay to see it, but yeah, we're going to integrate a lot of the store. We're going to integrate a lot more of the store in there, especially with the newer studio that I'm building, because I'll be able to bring stuff into it instead of, like I said, usually I'm stuck because I don't have a lot of that stuff here, but I'm going to start bringing some stuff here, and we might even do some Saturday night shows from here if if that's depending on how the day goes. All right, that's it, guys. I gotta go eat. I gotta go do some laundry. I gotta rest. I'm kind of tired. And
apparently, this is William's food with Spidey, so we'll be sure to get confirmation of that. Next time you're on a watch. This weekend we're doing watch party, Spidey. Are you Bane too? Are you Bane too?
I wouldn't doubt it if it was.
And Williamsburger. Was it Spidey the whole time, like having like 5 different, troll accounts in the comments? Yeah, might have been. May have been.
All right, guys. It's 1 o'clock. It's pretty tame show.
Yeah.
Like I said, starting out, just have some fun, guys. Have some fun. You guys, I don't mind you guys dictating some of the topics. Just what makes you before you type something in the chat, or before you send something, or you tag people love tagging me. Before you tag me or anything else, answer this question. Is this fun? Is this going to make my day better? Is the interaction that this comes from, going to make me happy? Am I going to leave this conversation glad I had this conversation? Is it going to get me excited? That's not my rule for each individual, because you guys can do whatever the hell you want on your own platform. But when you're coming to this platform, when you're engaging with me, I didn't create the platform for this other stuff. So think about it. Come here, have some fun. Bring up topics that are great. Get you excited. We do watch-alongs. We do a lot so that we have engagement with people. That's why we do the watch parties. That's why we do the panels. That's why we do all this stuff, so that we have that random engagement. But all this other grief and stuff like that, somebody making their stand somewhere, I don't give a fuck. And how would you come here, and because on your social media, I can just mute you. I don't have to disagree with you. I don't have to dislike. I don't have to do anything. I can just mute you. Here, I want to hear what you guys have to say, but let's keep it to things that are actually worth talking about. You should not leave the show at higher blood pressure than you came into it. So there you go. The last of the pre-band list. What's going on?
By the way, yeah. Okay, now I'm pretty sure this really is Spidey now.
Yeah, that's him. That's him.
Okay, we got the bottom of that. So I'm sure he's also Bane, and again, Droga is definitely Venom. Williamsburger, that's the only one that's we're still trying to pin that one down. Well, we're gonna find. I'm
gonna blame it all on Spidey. So.
Blame Spidey. Is that the new hashtag? It's okay.
All right, guys. Anything else? You got any last words, or Brad?
Yeah. So I mean, we got some very watch parties. We're going to be doing this weekend. So we look forward to having you guys on for that. And to the max. And yeah, that's the other thing too with the ones because it's this Saturday we're doing bridesmaids and Do Where's My Car? Yeah, that I mean, Do Where's My Car again. I know it's stupid as hell. I get that, but I just maybe my threshold for that, for buffoonery maybe is a little bit higher.
I have zero. I have zero threshold for buffoonery. I mean, Tropic Thunder is borderline for me, and I thought that's the last comedy I paid to see.
And but I think that I'm kind of wondering like how many of the ladies in our audience I'm going to alienate when they hear me talk about bridesmaids, because it's like, oh, man, it's like it's often hailed as like the greatest chick flick ever made. I cannot stand Bridesmaids. Absolutely cannot stand. I mean, it doesn't help the fact that I'm not exactly a Melissa McCarthy fan. I can't. That movie just annoys the hell out of me. So now given the choice, now I will say this: it's like if you're telling me I have to sit down and watch either Bridesmaids or one of the scary movies, I'm taking Bridesmaids every time. But oh man, yeah, it's 2 hours about the kind of person I can't stand in real life. So why do I want to follow them in a movie for 2 hours? That's kind of really what it boils down to.
All right, guys, here's the thing. A lot of stress and a lot of grief and a lot of people's misreflection of themselves comes from social media. But social media is a good thing. It can bring people together. It brings us together. But, you can clearly see from the examples we laid out, it can also be a cesspool. It can also be a weight that drags people down. It's just all in how you use it. Just try to put yourself in positions that make your day better. Take a look at your day and plan it out. Does this make my day better? Does the interaction I'm having with people bring me up? And in moments where, if I'm down, if I'm feeling like absolute dog shit and nothing's going right, can I click on this person's show? Can I come into this person's spirit and leave feeling better? Put yourself in those type of situations and spread the word of suicide prevention and Christline, all the stuff that we've been legitimately working on. I know there are people out there that, that take up causes like these out of association. I can clearly tell you that I am not one of those. When we jump, I melded this cause to the ones I was already working with veterans, it was because I believed in the cause. I would not spend this kind of time, resources and effort as Brad did, just because we wanted to, we wanted to be associated. Is it cool that that's happened, that we brought people into our fold? Yeah. But the result and the aim are not always the same. So, all right, guys, good night. And tomorrow is a new Sci-Fi Center Live.
All right, later, guys.
Hold on for a second. I don't want to just do a post-credit scene. I want to do this.
Xenomorph, yeah. Again, that Mickey one, the Joss one I love. The Mickey one, you haven't seen stars. That's perfect.
I got to get some new ones.
Are we gonna play? Are we gonna vote Goblins on this? Or are we gonna end up having like Aaron kicking Hitler?
Nah, I don't want to get too that deep. even though Captain America has already done it, so I got that out of my system. So, all right, guys, see you later.
There you go.